Hello, this is Jennifer Nix, and this is my tutoring student Olivia, and she is in 8th grade. And today we are going to be looking at some poetry. Our objectives are she would be able to read poetry fluently and answer comprehension questions relating to the poems that we're going to read today. So Olivia, do you remember we were talking about text explicit questions?
Yes, that's when the answers are in the passage.
Right. They're literally stated by the author. What about implicit questions?
That's when you have to look for hints in the passage to answer the questions.
Exactly. And what about experience-based questions? Do you remember those?
Yeah, that's when you use your experience to answer the questions.
Excellent. So how much experience do you have with poetry? Do you read it a lot in school?
A little, kind of.
Is it your favorite or no?
No.
What is your favorite thing to read? Fiction, nonfiction?
Fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So today we're going to practice a little bit. This is actually a poem that is out of the New York State 8th grade ELA test. Okay? So when we begin to read it, you're going to read it once, and then we have some questions that go along with the passage. And some of them are text explicit, some text implicit, and some you can use your experience to answer.
Okay.
And the first thing before we read it that I want to point out is out here they have a word staid, which means quiet and settled. And that is a vocabulary term that they're not sure that you know that's in here. So when you get to that word, if you want to look up here, you'll know what that means. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so if you want to begin, this is Wilderness Rivers by Elizabeth Coatsworth. So you can take your time and you read out loud.
Okay. There are rivers that I know, born of ice and melting snow, white with rapids, swift to roar, with no farms along their shore, with no cattle come to drink at a staid and welcoming brink, with no mill wheel ever turning in that cold relentless churning. Only deer and bear and mink at those shallows come to drink, only paddles swift and light flick that current in their light. I have felt my heart beat high, watching with exultant eye those pure rivers which have known no will, no perhaps but their own.
Okay. Was there a word down here that you were maybe confused about?
This one.
Exultant, that means with great joy.
Okay.
Okay, so if you can read that over to yourself, just so you understand.
Okay. Okay, now it makes sense.
Okay.
Got it.
All right, so today, you're going to be able to look at this while we answer some of our questions.
Okay.
Okay, and we're going to start in just a minute.